So you guys, I had an aha moment yesterday. So when I was in my 20s or whatever, my second big job that I ever got, it paid good, had good benefits, all of that. But you know, it wasn't good for my mental health. It was like the Bad Girls Club times 20. And whenever I would try to like find another job to get away from that job, it was just be like nothing. You feel me? I had one, you know what I'm saying, good hit or whatever, but it's a long story. I'll tell y'all about that later. But anyway, I would always be asking the Lord, like, man, why did I have to stay at that place for so long? Yeah, so you know, I just be stressed out, I'll be depressed or whatever. I would just be looking at everybody who be like, you know, this place too toxic, I don't gotta deal with this, I'm finna quit and go somewhere else. And they would be like landing jobs, but for me, it was like I was stuck there. And like I said, I just was so depressed about it. So I stayed there, you guys, years after that. When I tell y'all, years after that. So I had ended up getting pregnant with my son or whatever. And you guys, and when I tell you everything that I had went through, sometimes you be in a season and it's not nothing but the Lord. Sometimes you in that season because it's meant for you to learn something from that. But like I said, I had ended up getting pregnant with my son. And you guys, when I tell you I had so much money rolling in, I worked a couple of more months after I had my son. And when my son, I think, was about 8 or 9 months, I ended up just, you know, leaving that job behind. It was like the season for that was over. I was able to sit on my butt until my son was 3 years old. He could talk and tell me if somebody did something for him. You guys, I had so much money coming in. I was, you know, paying my rent. You feel me? And I just had money coming from all over the place, you know. So yesterday or whatever, I kind of had a little irritating moment or whatever, but I had a beautiful day yesterday, except for this one little moment or whatever. When I tell you guys, when I seen what I seen, I started at 8:30 and I got out of there with that little icky situation at 8:59, and I handled that shit like a pro. And I say that to say, if I would have never went through everything that I went through at my old job, I wouldn't have even been able to deal with a situation like that. I would have freaked out and turned around and left. Like, you know what, I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying, deal with this. But me going through all of that stuff that I went through at my old job, it was a learning experience. I know how to deal with people. I know how to disconnect from people. I know a miserable person when I seen one. I know a person that's trying to trigger you or provoke you. You feel me? Because I was in that situation for years and years and years. So, you know, like I said, sometimes you in a season and you right where you need to be because it's something that you need to learn or whatever. And I promise you, when you get finished learning your lesson, it's going to be real worth it. And you're going to be able to share your testimony with somebody that's going through the very same thing that you're going through. But when I tell you guys, when I got finished with that season in my life, the Lord provided for me. I was paying my rent. I wasn't receiving any help. That was money that I had stacked up, you know, in benefits from my old job. You feel me? But yeah, but now I'm able to move how I want to move. You feel me? If I decide I don't want to do this and I want to go somewhere else, I could do that because the lesson that I learned it. So yeah, you know, sometimes you right where you need to be, and don't worry about nothing. The Lord will provide for you. Mwah!